Okay, so this test, this level, we see the first time what we call a counter change of hand. When we say counter change of hand, that means 2 half passes, okay? Zigzag is 3 or more, all right? A lot of people don't know that difference. It's important to know the difference because in the freestyles for the juniors and the young riders, it's very clear. Can you do counter change of hand? Can you do a zigzag, right? Kiana, if you've looked at the rules, you know that. So 2 half passes is a counter change of hand. Now, what we have to do is we have to learn how to do good changeovers. How do we link those 2 half passes? Okay? So we're gonna do some, all right? Now here's the key. This is like Mother May I. You cannot go sideways in the new half pass till I say now. Okay? Now, Kiana, this is going to be a little confusing in the trot, but it will make perfect sense in the canter, because when we say now, that's the aid to go sideways, it's also the aid for the flying change. Okay? So in your changeover, you're going to have to not change your leg position until I say now. So when I say shoulder in the new direction, you're going to have to do it with the outside leg back. Okay. And it's going to feel weird because that you're used to for the, you know, I don't know how old you are, probably 12. You're used to having in shoulder in that leg at the girth, right? So when I say shoulder in, your brain is going to go, whoop, but you can't do that. You have to keep that leg back. All right, because that leg is very important. So as you move the shoulders from one side to the next, you have to use that leg to push the dining car the opposite direction. Okay, and that's what creates the new half halt. So trot and go straight ahead and come from F, first a little shoulder in left. In trot, in trot. Now remember, way long ago this morning, we were talking about horses going in the direction we bend them without us asking. Yep, so here's another place where we have to, if we've done our homework, he's not gonna do that, but he probably will. Oh, shoulder in. Now half pass left. Now straight ahead toward me, shoulder in right. Half halt, half pass to the right. Now change your legs. And now here's another changeover, but without the next half pass. Make sense? Okay, go straight ahead, shoulder forward left. And now bend the neck left, but don't let him go left. Bend and give, bend it more. Bend it more, it won't fall off. Bend and give, left leg, push him back over to the right. Don't let him bring the shoulders, just the neck. That's it. Now straighten him. Good girl. Now that's the preparation I want for your first half pass. Don't go sideways yet. Bend the neck. No, the shoulders are off too much. Go back, straighten him. Go back to shoulder 4. Neck only. Left leg's got to keep the shoulders. No, left leg's got to keep the shoulders over here. Over here. Okay, stop for a second. So when you do that, he's got to just take the neck here, like that. Not this shoulder, because then he's going to be dumping into that shoulder in the half pass. Okay, this leg has got to keep that shoulder up there to that rein. Okay? Okay, trot. Try that again on the long side. So we're right now working on our step 1 of our 5-point plan, right? Preparation. He's not really accepting that yet. Keep a little bit of right rein and bend and give, use the left and give, use the left and give. Convince him he can be supple. That's better. That's better. Good job. And it's a little bit every day. Remember, it's not going to be perfect today because he won't do the splits on the first day. Darn it. Okay, preparation, good. And half pass. Now straight toward me, good. Shoulder in to the right, bend his neck, half halt, bend his neck more. 4 tracks, he's gotta bend. Yes, he's not gonna break. He says, I hate bending. Kiana, he's stiff, Kiana, you've gotta fix that. Preparation, good, half pass. Good, keep bending, shoulder in right. Bend the neck a lot, and half pass right. There you go. And now left leg back, push the ribs to the wall, shoulder in left, bend the neck. So you don't do another half pass, but you could if you didn't run out of room. Okay? So when we have those pre-St. George counter changes, we have 2 changes, one at the middle, one at the end. So we have to be able to really work. Good job. Don't let the shoulders come. That's a girl. Now bend and give. Turn the shoulders and let go. Turn them and give. Turn them and give. More. Turn the shoulders. Turn them. That's a girl. Yes, and when you turn the shoulders that much, now you have to catch him with your outside leg behind the girth. Okay, haunches in on the long side. Okay, more outside leg, push the haunches more. And now more inside rein, let go of the outside rein. Try to make his nose touch his left hind. Yes, that's bend. Good. Okay, start haunches in. Wrap him around your inside leg. Good. Now half pass. Keep wrapping him. More. Wrap him. Turn the shoulders. Wrap him around your leg. Wrap him around your leg. Okay, now why don't you do that all the time? And look, he's more on the bit now. Okay, haunches in. Obviously haunches in. Sometimes you guys, horse training is like experimentation, you know, like being a detective. It's like, well, that's not going to work. So we'll try something else. It's okay. Experiment. Yes. Good. So we trap him a little bit around our inside leg in this. Yep, you see? Okay, now Kiana, we're going to start haunches in, and then we're going to half pass right all the way across the arena. But keep turning the shoulders as you push the haunches. Turn the front end more. Turn the front end more to the right. Now push the butt. Now inside rein, outside leg. Use your bending aids together like a diagonal nutcracker. Right rein. Turn the neck, turn the neck, turn the neck. Yeah, I do not care if you lose impulsion. Right now, you guys, impulsion's not the thing we're working on. Okay, now we're trying to get him to stretch and bend, haunches in. Once he gets more supple, now half pass. Now really turn the neck, and now push him around your inside leg with your outside. Yep, turn the neck again. So as we're going, we have to go, turn the front end, check. Push the haunches, check. Get the rib cage back the other way. So we're constantly like a little computer trying to figure out where the horse is escaping. All right, now we're going to do another exercise. Start haunches in. Half pass. Straight ahead, haunches in. But bending a lot. Now half pass again. That's a girl. And now straight ahead, but keep the bend. So that is going to help your inside leg. Okay, so if you feel like the horse is falling into your inside leg, change it from haunches in or shoulder in. I'm not doing shoulder in with him because in the shoulder in, he was pushing his haunches out when we did him on the rails. So I'm like, nah, I don't trust him. I think he's going to cheat. So you have to kind of decide. Let's do it once, Kiana, just to show them though, okay? So start shoulder in. Maybe he won't be quite as tricky. And now half pass. And now straight ahead, shoulder in. Right leg. Now really bend him, wrap him around your right leg, and now half pass. And shoulder in. Straight ahead, right leg, right leg, right leg. Still keep the same bend. Okay, now we have one more exercise we can do, Kiana. Start haunches in. Now half pass. Now keep the bend, but leg yield back to the wall. Kick, 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 get off my leg, and now half pass. And now leg yield back. So depending on which leg he's not listening to, now you can walk a little bit. If we feel like it's the outside leg behind the girth, then we go haunches in. If we feel like it's the inside leg, we can do shoulder in, but there we run the risk of him pushing the haunches out, or we can do this little half pass leg yield back the other way, keeping the bend. Okay? Kiana, walk for a minute. Good. Now, it's the same thing in canter, but you have to wait until you have the bend for the new half pass before you change your legs for the change. And that's where he has to wait for you. All right, so that's where he has to be more sophisticated than our third level horse that was just learning the changes, who sort of is like, I'm not really listening to that outside leg behind the girth, but he will eventually. Does that make sense? So you have to really feel at that moment you do the new shoulder in. That leg that's behind the girth is the active leg. So when we think about how we ride, we think about how the farrier makes a horseshoe. He has the horseshoe, that's our horse, and he has an anvil and he has a hammer. So he can't really shape the horseshoe until he has a barrier that he puts the horseshoe down on and goes tap, tap, tap. So when we say the active leg or the active rein, that's the tapping leg. And the other leg becomes the barrier or the holding leg. So it's just wrapped there like a wet towel laying on his side, okay? So that outside leg can be active. Now, at training level, the only time we make it active really probably is our canter depart, because that's all the horse knows. But that outside leg becomes more and more sophisticated and important and has many, many different things depending on what else you're doing with your position. It tells the horse to go forward, tells the horse to move the rib cage, tells the horse to go sideways. You know, it has a lot of jobs. So shall we try that in canter? Now, here's what you have to do for me, okay? If you feel that he goes sideways in the second half pass before you ask, you come straight ahead, okay? This is important, you guys. It has to be your idea. We don't give you credit for volunteerism. It has to be on our aids. Volunteer things don't count, okay? All right, so let's try a right lead canter, and let's come from K and do a little half pass right. Take your, just to the quarter line. You don't need to go very far. Take your time in the preparation though, so you have some good bending for me. Good girl. Now prepare, don't just go sideways with no bend. Take your time, good. Now change over, left leg, push him over, bend the neck left toward the wall, bend it, bend it, don't be afraid. Good, let him pin his ears. So what? Come on, you've got to be in charge of this manly man here. Down the long side, forward a little bit. Come on, use your outside leg to ride him forward. Now prepare for your change. Think of a changeover and a change. Now let's try the counter change of hand again. I want you to bend him. You guys are so afraid to make a mistake. Come on, let's get on it. Let's do it. You need to make mistakes. That's a girl. Good. Yes, perfecto. Okay, now bend that neck. Yes, change. Oh, he's so mad. I love it. Bend him, bend him, bend him. Look at that. Honey, then he goes on the bit. Yay. That was terrible.
That was not on purpose.
It was, go on now. Get him forward, forward, go on. He is so, I love it. I love it. He can just pin his ears as much as he wants. You just go, boy. You just go, because we're meaner than you. Look at that face. I love horses. Aren't they wonderful? I had one horse in a clinic go by me and kick the kickboard right behind where I was sitting. I mean, it was like the biggest horsey finger ever. Bending, good, yes. Okay, now, change over and bend him left. Yes, bend him left. Doesn't matter, don't give up, don't give up. Keep going over, keep going, bending, bending. Oh, yes. And now be good here, be good here, be good. Come on. Yes, you could have bent him more to the right and the change would have been better. Make sense? Walk, good. So Kiana, you got to get his belly out of the way for these changes to come through. Yep. He's quite irritated with us. But he went from a stiff thing where I'm giving 5s on the half pass, where these I would give almost an 8.
It felt a lot better and a lot easier.
Yeah, you've got to ask him. You know, he's not going to volunteer, so you guys have got to ride him. You know, it's a bit of a struggle. If you go to the gym with a personal trainer, that trainer is not going to say, oh, you know, if you feel like it, let's do some sit-ups. Oh, 2, that's good. Yay, here's some sugar. So tomorrow, you're going to ride tomorrow? Okay, tomorrow we're going to do pirouettes. And we're going to get them like, these guys are so talented. It's going to be so easy when he's that round and that's bendy. It's going to be like, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm the pirouette queen of the greater free world.
Okay.
But he can't pirouette when he's braced with the tummy muscles down like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can learn to stand still too. But you have to just make him stand there. Just hang. Yeah, you know, I had a great cowboy I sent all my young horses to break. And I drove by the ranch one time, and he's standing out in the pouring rain on one of my young Holsteiners, pouring rain, and Miracles is learning how to hang out. And he had what he called the wailing wall, which was covered in rubber. And the horses, after they worked, would stand tied there, and they could go back to their stalls once they stopped pawing. And I had one sweetest little angel mare. He said, that's her reward. She falls asleep. She goes right back to her stall. And the same little colt, Miracles, he said, he has to stand there for a while. But, I mean, truthfully, how many of your dressage friends and you would take your horse to a horse show and tie it to the trailer all day and show out of the trailer? Probably none of you. Because, you know, I don't know why people don't think about it. I was a rodeo queen, so like I know about all that Western stuff. And there's some really good things that they do that we don't. And I think sometimes we just have to say, you gotta hang out, honey. Okay, just halt here again. And we're gonna hang out for a minute. We're just gonna hang. We're gonna just hang. Here we are. I know, ho, 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 hanging out. What do you think? Yeah, I know. Good boy. I know you have an opinion. Do you want to look at me? He says, no, if I don't look at you, you're not there. Hi. 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 I get to see you tomorrow. Okay, good job.
Thank you very much.
He's like, I don't know, I may have a headache.